Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going down? What's happening? What's popping? It's your dog Toddy checking in with a live stream on these Atlanta Falcons internet streets. What's happening, people? How we feeling? How we feeling? How we feeling? How we feeling, man? How we feeling, man? How we feeling? Man, it's been so much. It's just been so much talk and going back and forth and just everything. Since we lost to the Colts. I've been watching the clips that get shared over social media from, Atlanta media. Namely radio hosts and just a host of other things, man. It's just tell him, man, I don't. This has been one of those weeks. This has really been one of those weeks, and maybe because a lot of us have come to the realization that what, season is probably over for all intents and purposes. And when we say that, we don't mean technically. We mean like the chances of making the playoffs, like that has probably went down the drain. So people are frustrated, people are upset, rightfully so. So that's just been like. It's a lot of talk, man. But beyond that, man, hope y'all doing fantastic. Y'all know me. Y'all regulars, y'all know me. I'm pissed off about this cold weather. Too goddamn cold outside, man. But it's supposed to warm up tomorrow on Wednesday and continue to warm up into the weekend. We've been in the 20s here in Georgia. Now we're going to get back closer to the 80s. Leading up to the weekend, Friday, Saturday. So I got something to look forward to, man. I just don't like the cold weather, bro. And I know y'all get tired of me talking about that, man. You think at my age I'd be used to the way Mother Nature operates, but I don't like it. And the crazy thing about it, I was born in the cold weather. My birthday is next month. So you think I'd be acclimated. I came into this world when it was cold outside. But I don't like it. I do not like it, man. What's going on with these Falcons, man? We gotta have a old PlayStation conversation. When I say a place or Xbox, y'all, I don't want to leave out my Xbox, folks, because I actually own an Xbox. I never owned a PlayStation in my life. But anyway, we gotta have an old PlayStation Xbox conversation here. We ain't gonna be here long, man. I ain't gonna keep y'all long. When I say that, man, we just gotta talk, man. I gotta talk like this microphone ain't here. Y'all gotta talk like y'all don't see me on your device, your streaming device, whatever you're looking at. It just, hey, man, we gotta be real authentic tonight about this team, the state of the team, and where exactly is the team headed? Like, where do we go from here? Now, as fans, the only thing we can do is support or not support. That has to be put out there too. If these Falcons ain't got to the point, they done ran your blood pressure up, they done piss you off, you sick and tired of their BS every single year. You also have that right. Just, hey, man, I ain't mess with Falcons no more. I ain't mess with them no more. I got better stuff I could do with my time on Sunday and with my energy. So the only thing we can do as fans is support or don't support, or don't support. So if you decide just to step away until next season and reconvene and see if they can right the ship, you definitely have that liberty, man. You definitely have the liberty. It takes a certain type of person to be dedicated to these dirty birds, boy, because they gonna try your patience, man. They gonna try your patience. If nothing else, they gonna try your patience, man. I tell myself all the time, like, man, at least my college team good. I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan. At least they good. At least I can look forward to Saturdays. I'm not saying that Georgia win every Saturday. I'm not saying they play good every Saturday, but they win way more than they lose. So weekend get here, at least I could be crunk and lit on Saturday, and I can talk junk to my friend and talk junk on social media. Like, yeah, boy, the Bulldogs, all that, boy, y'all ain't mess with us. But I always know within 24 hours, that clock gonna turn and Sunday will be here, buddy. And all that stuff you talk to all these folks on Facebook about how bad your Georgia Bulldogs is and about how Kirby run the SEC and can't nobody see y'all and y'all about to win another national title. You got to see them same folks again on Sunday. And let me tell you, man, like, why they be, man, the Falcons, look, I be talking a lot of shit, even though the Falcons suck and they done sucked essentially all my life. I still cap them up like they done won 5 or 6 Super Bowls. So I be talking so much junk. And every Sunday when they lose, boy, them people, they be trolling the hell out of me, boy. I hate to look at my damn phone sometimes. I talking about, boy, they be lighting me up, boy. I'm talking about they just be weighing on it too. But it is what it is, man. What's next for the Birds, man? We'll talk a little bit about coaching. I don't really want to get too much into that tonight because it gets to the point, I'm being the dead horse, continue to drive the coaching point home. I think we all understand the vast majority of fans are not satisfied with the coaching staff. So, we don't have to, do that again tonight. I'm going to try not to do it again tonight, but if y'all want to go into detail on it, let me know, we'll walk down the street. But let's start off with the thumbnail. Let's start off with Terry Fontenot. Terry Fontenot. Terry is the person in this that does get discussed some, but not a lot. Terry kind of seems to, slip and slide, through the the dirt, the grime, what I'm saying? He kind of give me a little, I'm just going out, and then you don't really see Terry much or hear him much during the regular season. And that's how the Falcons operate as an organization. It was pretty much like that when Dimitroff was here. The Falcons, they let their head coach be the spokesperson during the regular season. And that's been essentially like that through all the coaching staffs and all the general managers. And then the general manager don't become very vocal until the off seasons for the most part. Something big happening, you might hear from him. But, it was like that with Dimitroff. It was like that with Fontenot too. But with that said, let's talk about Terry. Let's talk about Terry. We discussed yesterday. We're gonna say hypothetically. Let's say the Falcons do what the Falcons normally do, and they end up with a losing season, which the chances of that at 3-6 are very, very high. If you were a betting person, the chances you have better chances betting that the Falcons will finish the season with a losing season. But beyond that, let's say they do finish with a losing season, right? What do you do with Terry Fontenot? Let's just say we go 7-10 or 8-9. 7-10 or 8-9. Some people think we're gonna go 6-11. But what do you do with Terry? Do you bring Terry back? Now let's look at Terry's resume as a Falcons general manager. But before we make our decision on Terry, let's look at his resume. Has not, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but he was hired here to start the 2021 season with Arthur Smith, of course. Since he has been our general manager, Mr. Fontenot himself, Terry, has not had a winning season. Not one. No winning season yet with Raheem, and unfortunately not a winning season with Mr. Arthur Smith either. So no winning seasons And we are in the middle of the 5th season. Excuse me. As of this broadcast, because one thing that I have noticed, like everybody would throw Raheem record in your face real quick. Rightfully so. I'm not saying that you are wrong for doing that, because that's his resume too. They'll throw Raheem, he 32 and 150. I'm exaggerating. But let's look at Terry's win-loss record. As of this broadcast, Terry is 32 and 45. Obviously, 32 wins, 45 losses. Winning percentage, about 41, 42%. So since he's been a general manager, he has won roughly 41, 42% of his games as the general manager, with absolutely no winning seasons at all. Not one. He was here for, I'm not going to go through all his drafts. We're just going to kind of highlight some of the more prominent players. He was here for Bijan. That's one of his picks. He picked Kyle Pitts. That was very controversial pick. Still is in a lot of circles. Michael Penix, of course. The jury is still out on Penix. Tyler Algier, which was a great value pick, getting Tyler Algier in the middle rounds. More recently, some of the younger guys that we really like is Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman and Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. and Big Ruke Orhorhoro and Brandon Dorlus again in the middle rounds. So the last 2 years, Terry has really did his thing with the draft, because these last 2 drafts like that, hey man, you really did your thing there. The first 3 was a little bit up and down, kind of shaky, but the last 2 have looked very, very positive. So with that said, that's Fontenot's resume in a sense. There has not been any off-field distractions, and Terry carries himself very, very well, and appears to have a great personality. But let me know what y'all think about Terry Fontenot. If you don't mind, let me know, as of this broadcast, do you keep Terry or do you fire Terry? Hypothetically speaking, if we finish this year with a losing record. So let me know. Let me look in the comments and see what y'all say. William Amy, what's up? Says keep Terry. So we got one person says keep Terry. Let's see what everybody else say here. What's up, Keith Simmons? Keith Simmons says got us out of cap problem. Kirk was all Raheem. So I'm gonna take that as a keep Terry, Keith, because you didn't let us know. Is that a vote of confidence to keep Terry? Because that's what it seems like. DeMarcus Hayes, what's up? Says Chiefs play. What does that mean, DeMarcus? The Chiefs play. William says fire Raheem and the coaching staff. Yeah, but we talking about Terry right now. Ray says, what up, Toddy? What's happening, Ray? The procedure of hiring a staff the same. It's gonna be the same. The structure is built wrong. So it sounds like Ray is saying it don't matter if you keep Terry or fire Terry. The people up top that's pushing all the buttons gonna remain the same. So it don't matter. It's almost like, what I'm saying, like if your foundation in your house is bad and you keep painting walls and getting new windows and you keep repairing the roof, but the foundation is effed up. It don't matter how many times you pressure wash that thing and, put new flooring in here, man. If you don't do something about that foundation, it don't matter. I think that's what you're saying, Ray. Let me know if I got you wrong. The Daily Talent, is in the house. What's happening, the Daily Talent? How's it going? clean the whole house, fire everybody. So I'm taking that as I'm saying, man, get Terry the F out of here. Everybody got to go. I dig it. Okay, Keith says yes. Keep Terry. Keep Terry. I get it. My dog Ski is in the building. Ski, what's happening? I say keep Terry, but Terry will be fired along with Raheem. That number 1 pick was them promising their job. So Ski is saying, my personal opinion, hey man, keep Terry. But what I know is he gonna be fired along with Raheem. I can dig it. My dog Cool C is in the house. Repping that 770. Shout out to the 770, everybody in the 770 from the 770. Much love, respect to you. My dog Cool C, appreciate you coming in as usual, my guy. Zion says, keep Terry. We all understand it's not a talent problem, and that's his job. Okay, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Boogeyman 124, fresh off Halloween, says Terry stays. That boy, you what kind of dope you smoking, man? Keep Terry, bro. Like keep Boogeyman. Say, man, don't stop playing, bro. Stop playing. Shout out to you, Boogeyman. My dog Armani in the house. What's happening, Armani? Says keep Terry. Okay, so some people saying keep Terry. I can dig it. William Mason says Terry is not the problem. Okay. Go get a Vic. What's happening, Vic? Keep Terry. All right. So y'all say, man, stop playing, Toddy. Why you trying to get Terry out of here, bro? Say, what kind of narrative you trying to push, brother? Ladybird in the hospital. What's happening with your Ladybird? Appreciate you coming in. I don't think Terry should be fired. He has not had the power to hire the right coaches. It's been McKay the entire time. Let's keep Terry. So that's another vote of confidence to keep Terry. So far, the vast majority of people who have answered that are all saying keep Terry. Got Miss Lisa in the building. How you doing, Lisa? Appreciate you coming through as usual. Hope your day was good. Since Terry may want out. Lisa coming through with some hardcore logic. Lisa like, bro, have you seen these Falcons lately? Terry might not even want this job no more, dog. Let me get the ring. That made me laugh, though. I gotta start putting on my glasses, man. I be trying to come on here and act like I don't really need glasses, and boy, my eyes be straining bad. Says Terry may want out because it seems like he doesn't have the true general manager authority. He wasn't extended, so he has an out already. So Lisa say, hey, man, that Terry might already done hit his realtor up and say, hey, just be on standby. You know what I'm saying? Because in about another month and a half, 2 months, we gonna call you about putting this house on the market for us. My dog Clay Melton is in the house. What's happening, Clay? Appreciate you coming in as usual, my friend. So Terry will start getting in the red if he stays. Big money contracts are coming real soon. They are, Clay. They are. And that leads us into something that we're going to talk about here shortly. Speaking of big contracts. So I appreciate you pointing that out, Clay. We're going to talk about some big contracts. Yeah, man, it's about time to start paying some people too. So some important decisions will have to be made very, very soon. William says Terry deserves to stay. So somebody else say, hey, man, keep Terry. DeMarcus Hayes says Chiefs play. DeMarcus, I don't know what that means, bro. You got to let me know what that means, man. I don't know what Chiefs play mean. Dravis in the house. What's happening, Dravis? It's been a minute. I ain't seen you in a while, man. Hope everything's going well. Dravis says keep Terry. You didn't pick Arthur Smith or Raheem. He drafted high-end groceries. It's not his fault. Blank keeps picking mediocre cooks. Yeah, Arthur Blank, the one that's hiring the coaches. So valid point. Shout out to the 404 in this thing, Atlanta, Georgia, the home of the Dirty Birds. What's happening, Brian, man? Hope everything going well with you, my guy. Strapped up in this thing. What's happening, Straps? Keep Terry. All right, man. I may just have to start asking this question, y'all, because it's not even a competitive poll or a competitive multiple choice, whatever you want to call it, because ain't nobody saying, well, some people did say clean house, but the vast majority are saying keep Terry. He has done a great job so far. So almost everybody is saying keep Terry, man. So Look like y'all are satisfied with the job Terry has done. Now, if we do keep him, like that means, and Lisa kind of hit on this a little bit too. If we do keep him, that means just like a player, the Falcons would give him an extension. You know what I mean? Typically, I guess those around 4 to 6 years for general managers. From what I know, could be a little shorter, but I think that's typically the industry standard is about 4 to 6 years. So I would assume he would be up for another contract. But everybody's saying keep Terry. Got my guy Winston Thorne in the house. What's going on, Winston? Winston, appreciate you coming through. And y'all make sure to check out Winston and also John Harris on their show tomorrow night at 10 p.m. And that's at the Eye Test. So make sure to check them out here on YouTube. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you do subscribe and show them a bunch of love. He says, what's going on? Welcome chat. Smash the like button. Yes, do. Appreciate that, my guy. Yes, please hit that like button, man. Like, hey, man, that really what helps the channel out, especially like real small channels like mine. Yeah, hit that like button, man. That kind of signifies to YouTube, to kind of send us a new audience. They might be making a little bit of noise over there in ABGs. So, excuse me, please do hit that like button. He also says Terry should be retained. Another vote for keeping Terry. Jeff Ulbrich elevated the head coach. Mike McDaniels for offensive coordinator. Is that Mike Malarkey? No, I'm sorry. Mike McDaniels' scheme is a perfect marriage to our offensive talent. So Winston also keep Terry. All right, so really everybody for the most part is saying keep Terry. Go get a Vic. What's up? What's happening with you, Vic? What up, gang? Chilling. What do you think about hiring Bruce Arians as the Falcons head coach? That would be a great fit for the Dirty Birds, offensive-minded coach paired with Jeff Ulbrich, defensive staff. Culture fit. I gotta be honest with you. Go get a Vic, because like I said, it's the PlayStation episode, man. And what I would tell you, Vic, if we was playing the PlayStation, I'm like, man, this is what I would say straight up. We just sitting there playing, man, like, bro, he cool, but man, he old, dog. But he old, man. He in his 70s, man. So how much do he really got left in him, man? And then, somebody told me the other night, Vic, that he's still working for Tampa Bay's front office. So me personally, and I'm not saying that he's a bad coach in that, but me personally, I would pass on Bruce Arians. And I was telling Coach just the other night, like, when we brought up Bill Belichick, like coaches over their 70s, man, like they're not really high on my list, and not trying to be biased of age, but I kind of want like some stability, Uncle Lou's in the middle. What's happening with you, Uncle Lou? Appreciate you coming in, Uncle Lou. Hope your day has been great, my friend. He says, keep Terry. He brought good talent. We got to let Morris and Zach go. They killing us. So Uncle Lou, who's right, has an inside track to the team. Keep Terry Fontenot, so that's a high ranking vote. So someone else is saying, hey, you keep Terry. Yeah, so man, everybody is pretty much saying like keep Terry, man. Like I was hoping like we could kind of get into a debate with this, but I guess I picked a bad question because everybody is saying like keep Terry. Wallace in the house. What's going on, Wallace? Been a minute, bro. What's good with your tight end? I'm just checking in, and we need to keep Terry. That's another one, because it's not his fault on developing them players, and that's on the coaching staff. So you and Uncle Lou are pretty much in the same boat. That's pretty much what he says as well. Keep Terry, and get rid of Raheem and Zach. Why do I always say Zach Morris? Y'all can tell I was a big Say About a Bell fan, because anytime it's Zach, I'm thinking Zach Morris, Kelly Kapowski, Lisa Turtle, Screech, rest in peace, Screech. Y'all, I was a big Say About a Bell fan. Every Saturday morning, 11 o'clock, man, had my bowl of cereal. I was watching Say About a Bell on NBC. But Zach Robinson, y'all excuse me. Brian says, I guess keep Terry, even though personally I'd rather get another GM. Hey, Brian, don't let him twist your arm, bro. Don't let him twist your arm, man. Like Brian, this the PlayStation, broadcast. Now we see him playing Madden. You know, if you said like, man, no, Tiny, like, hey, bro, cool, but no, he got to go. You know, so if you really want to say get rid of Terry, hey, just say get rid of Terry, bro. Ski says, Tiny, what if a new coach don't want to work with Terry? What now? I really can't give you quote unquote the right answer for that, because that's something that Arthur Blank and the people that work alongside him handle. But you know, from what I've gathered, during like the interview process, you know, they typically interview with Blank the first time, and if there's a second interview, then you know, Blank introduces everybody to the fold. And if Terry is still here, then of course that would be Terry Fontenot. And then, you know, of course, I'm assuming during the interview process, Blank will be, hey, you know, how do you feel about working with Fontenot? That's going to be the general manager, you know, or you guys going to be to work in a collaboration effort, like Blank always say. So I think that's the protocol, you know. I'm going to assume if Blank sticks to Terry, gives him a new contract, and that's my guy. And if the head coach don't want to work with Terry, my assumption, I can't speak for the higher ups in Flowery Branch. My assumption is that head coach probably would not get the job. That's what I'm gonna assume. Ray says, building anything the wrong way is gonna collapse. Absolutely. It may look shiny on the outside, but sooner or later, that foundation gonna go in. Key says, yeah, I'm with Dravis. No GM would truly approve a coach with 2 rookie assistants, rookie quarterback coach, and a rookie quarterback also. Ski says, people keep saying Mike McDaniel for offensive coordinator. Dolphins looks like they keeping McDaniel for another year possibly, so he may not be on the market. Clay says, since Brady left the Patriots, they are 30-51. Since Drew Brees left the Saints, they're 30-38. Both coaches a couple seasons later. Quarterback play matters more than most things. Pat Sir back. Look at that quarterback. Yes, Clay, you're like, hey, Clay, I know you be around here long enough to know, like, I'm big on quarterback play, bro. I'm big on quarterback play. In my opinion, if you got high level, very good quarterback play, elite quarterback play, that's gonna make up for inadequate coaching to me. Now, also to me, you could have a quote unquote great coach, but if you got a inadequate quarterback, a mid quarterback, a bad quarterback, ain't gonna be a lot that coach gonna be able to do. You know, you're gonna kind of be stuck. So, you know, I'm big on quarterback play, but you know, I know you've heard that a million times, Clay, so I won't continue to bore you with that. Yeah, okay. So I guess we'll go by that question, bro, because that really didn't hit with y'all, because everybody is saying keep Terry. Uncle Lou says we need Matt Ryan on that coaching staff. So Uncle Lou say, hey man, bring the Iceman back, man. Bring the Iceman back. And of course, Matt Ryan is working I think at CBS. I'm pretty sure an analyst for CBS. And you know, I would not be surprised at all, Uncle Lou, if that's gonna be in his future. You know, I could see him starting off as a quarterback coach and working his way up, you know, because Matt definitely has a very high intellect when it comes to NFL football and the quarterback position. And that's one of the big reasons that Matt survived in the league as long as he did. You know, he was very cerebral, very, very smart. You know, Matt didn't have the biggest arm. He definitely wasn't the most athletic, but he was very, very smart, big time bookworm, you know, and he knew defenses. You know, he knew what he was looking at. So I could see him. I could see in some capacity Matt Ryan eventually, you know, coming on to join the Falcons in some form or some capacity. So let's see what's next on the docket, man. Because I didn't ask y'all a good question, man. Because everybody said keep Terry. So let's move on to something else, man. Let's move on to let's talk Falcons trending topics. You know, let's do that. Let's start off with Justin Tucker You know, future Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame kicker Justin Tucker was officially reinstated today by the NFL after serving, I think, a 10-game suspension or 10-week suspension. They could have been. But he's back officially a free agent. According to some reports that I've seen, there have already been some teams reaching out interested. My question is, do y'all think the Falcons are one of those teams? Well, point blank into the question. I don't want to dance around the question. Do y'all think the Falcons should sign Justin Tucker? Keeping in mind all the kicking problems we've had the last season and a half. Unfortunately for us, the kicking game has lost us some games. The kicking game has lost us some games this year and last year. So, do y'all think we should bring Justin Tucker to the team? He's currently 35 years old, I believe. His last season was with Baltimore, of course, and he only completed 73% of his kicks. Now that he could have been distracted based on all the the stuff he had going on, which I won't get into. But what do y'all think? Do you take a chance on Justin Tucker, or do you just say, nah, I'm gonna pass on him? He's old now. His last season was a bad season. The Falcons definitely don't need any kind of bad publicity that may come with him. We already get enough jokes as a franchise. Or like, no, man, that guy, he done took a lot of time off and had time to rest his mind, rest his body, and more importantly, rest his leg. A kicker that good, or a kicker who was that good in the past, he could come to this team and be a very valuable asset to a team who really doesn't have a franchise kicker. So what do y'all think? Do you sign Tucker, or do you say, no, I'm good on Justin Tucker, man? I'm good on Tucker, y'all. So let me know what y'all think on Tucker. What's up, Georgia, Texas boy? So these last 5 years have the losing really been on the general manager. The first 2 years really strapped for cap. That's true. The last 3 years of losing been on the coaches. So that sounds like a keep Terry. Uncle Lou says get him. So he says get Justin Tucker. Ski says no. We are on our third kicker. So Ski says no, I'm good. Georgia Texas boy says they should, but I doubt it. He said, man, I know the Falcons. They not about to go down that road, bro, but they should. He said they ain't, but he says they should, but they ain't. Uncle Lou says yes. So he says get them. Coach's Corner in the building. What's happening, Coach? Y'all make sure to check out the Coach's Corner, who will be on tomorrow here on YouTube. So make sure that you are subscribed to their channel. They'll be on tomorrow at 8 p.m. They come on every Wednesday at 8 p.m. So make sure that you are subscribed. Everybody go subscribe to their channel. Show them a bunch of love. Coach says no. The Falcons are one of those teams, but they absolutely. The Falcons, I think you said the Falcons are not one of those teams, but they absolutely should be. So if I can convey what I feel like you're saying the Falcons won't do it, but they should do it. I think that's what you're saying. Strapped Up says, yes, I think we should. He is a great long-term solution. However, there go that however. That is not the only issue we have with this team. No, it's not, unfortunately, bro. It really isn't. Ski says nope. Yeah, I read your Ski. 82 Money Carlo. What's that in Money Carlo? Yep, sign him. Go and get him. Winston says yes, we should be first in line. Winston said, man, we should have been the first team to call. We should have called. We should have sent the text. We should have did some FaceTimes, a Zoom, and everything. Dravis says, Justin Tucker idea would have been cool 4 games ago, but it's too late now. So he say, hey, man, not now. He's saying about like a month ago, yeah, but nah, we all right. Keith says, I would, because he has hit big kicks. Yes, he's hit a lot of big kicks, bro. A lot of them. Says Tucker will have a little massage. He made it explode. Hey man, I ain't finna read all that, bro. I ain't reading that, man. You shout out, Ski. Oh, says old or not, bad season not, he's still better than what we have now. You may be right on that, Coach, but because our kicking lately, boy. Oh goodness, bro. If I had any hair left on my head, these Falcons would have turned me bald this year, man. That'd have been the end of it. DJ JB Money, what's happening, DJ? We need to draft a new kicker. I'm with you on that, bro. I'm with you on that. Unfortunately, we were short on draft picks this year. Although I do agree. I'm not saying I don't agree with you. I think we got 5 draft picks going in 2026. So I don't know if they'd invest that into a kicker, which they may still do it, or they may try to get one in free agency if what they consider a viable one hits free agency. I don't know. I don't think good kickers typically ever like hit free agency. So we may have to draft one. Listen, man, I'd rather give Lenny Craig a chance. Sound like Ski like, man, no, I'm good on him. Jonathan Rozier, what's going on, Jonathan? Says, no, I'm tired of taking sloppy seconds from other teams. No pun intended when talking, Justin Tucker. Strap Dog says the current kicker we have could be the answer too. He played pretty good. Man, he missed a key extra point though, man. That's what was that, y'all? The Patriots game? Boy, he missed a key extra point. 82 Monte Carlo says he got a lot to prove, so he gonna be on his it. So hey, man, give him a shot. DJ JB Money, we need to draft a new kicker for the future. Somebody else just said that, man. So hey, man, we may just go ahead and draft one. Clay says Pats have Josh McDaniels. He was there through the last 5 years, with the exception of 2024. Verbal brought him back this year, so he sucked when he didn't have a quarterback. Quarterback play is of extreme importance, especially current NFL. Like some generations in the past, when the game was played and officiated a lot differently, the quarterback was still very important, but new style of play, new rules, all of that now is super critical, man. It's super critical. I don't even know. I might be exaggerating here, but as excellent as that Tampa Bay defense they had back in the Vic era when they won a Super Bowl, and as dominant as that Baltimore defense was, back in the day. I don't even know if those teams could now come and win a Super Bowl in today's era of football. I'm not saying they couldn't. I'm just saying I don't know if they could because of how important quarterback play is and the rule changes. They didn't have the same rules back then that they have now to assist the quarterback and the wide receiver. So interesting. Ski said that Falcons Rams pick is now a top 10 pick. And I'm not upset about it. I like what we get from James Pierce Jr. I'm not upset about it at all. He in my opinion is a top 10 talent. He just fell out of the top 10 in regards to draft projection and status based on some off the field stuff. But I'm cool, with what we got with James Pierce, and I think Xavier Watts was also part of that too. Raheem is openly helping McVay and the Rams. I think Raheem will be fired at 8 losses like Giants. Now, I don't agree with that, Ski, because I don't foresee anybody. Just like I hear people, I know some people were joking, but I think some people be serious when they say, well, Terry Fontenot is just a plant for New Orleans. These guys, they have livelihoods, and play with this stuff. And, these guys have families, man. They have families. They have kids that, are going to private schools. They're saving for colleges. So there's a big change in pay and livelihood from a head coach to going back to like a defensive coordinator or a defense or a offensive consultant. So, I don't never really buy into that part of it. Like, being a patsy for another team and then like that, I think Raheem Morris really wants to do the very best job that he can, but it's just not working for him. I think when Terry Fontenot left New Orleans, he came here with every intention to be the best general manager in the league and to beat up on New Orleans twice a year. But so far, it just hadn't happened for him. So that's that, man. Let's keep going through these trending topics real quick. There was a quote by y'all's beloved head coach, Raheem Morris, about some chemistry issues. Now, let me be transparent. He didn't mention chemistry. I mentioned chemistry because from what he said, it was based around chemistry between Darnell Mooney and Michael Penix Jr. Now, I did not look up Darnell Mooney's stats, which I should have. Like, that's only the right thing to do if I'm going to talk about chemistry and, you know, this quarterback and that quarterback. So let's look at his stats for so far this year. So far this year, Darnell Mooney has a total. Oh my God. In 7 games he's played, he only has 13 catches, 190 receiving yards, no touchdowns. Let me give y'all that again in case somebody missed it. 13 catches, 190 yards, 0 touchdowns. Now, last year, Mooney finished the season with 64 catches, 992 yards, and a career-high 5 touchdowns. What was said about Raheem Morris? I'm going to try. I'm not going to read the entire statement, but this is what Raheem said when he was asked about Darnell Mooney's lack of production. He only had 1 catch against the Colts, 1 catch in 8 targets. This is how he responded. He said, "You hate to make any excuses for any of it because nobody cares. It's more important that they are not having," he says, "it's more important speaking of Penix and Mooney, they are not having a great connection right now." So, direct quote from Raheem Morris speaking about Mooney, Michael Penix Jr. He's saying they are not having a great connection right now. Now, once again, he didn't use the word chemistry. I'm using the word chemistry, and y'all watch the games just like I do. It's obvious that Darnell Mooney body language is terrible. He appears to be highly and visibly frustrated, more than you would like to see during games. You know, if a pass is thrown to him, you know, he kind of has that, like, oh, here we go again. You know, it's just a body language you don't like to see from your players, but it's a body language of a wide receiver who hasn't been productive after coming off a very productive season and a team sitting at 3-6. So Raheem Morris is being somewhat transparent and saying, hey, there is some, again, he didn't say this. This is what I'm saying. I'm taking from his quote. There are some chemistry issues there. And for y'all who watch these Falcons every week, he ain't telling us nothing we ain't already seen and figured out ourselves. Now, when Kurt was here, when Kurt was playing good football, man, he had Darnell Mooney looking like a potential Pro Bowl player. Mooney was balling. Mooney was our deep threat, and it was like, I remember last year when Mooney was playing good football, like, boy, this was a steal. Like, boy, Darnell Mooney is that guy. This was a absolute steal by the Falcons. And you just watch it now, and it's just a disappointment. So what do y'all make of this? Y'all think there are some chemistry issues there with Penix and Mooney? Like, can we work through that? Is this Mooney's last season in Atlanta? You know, he only got 1 year left on his deal. So without looking at the numbers in front of me, I'm pretty sure if we release Mooney, it's about $11.5 million savings on the salary cap, and it's about a $6.5 million dead cap hit. So there is a substantial amount of money that you save on the cap if you do release him next year. But the only thing there is you don't have a number 2 receiver. And I know somebody's saying right now, well, you ain't got a number 2 receiver regardless right now. So, and then you could potentially lose Kyle Pitts also in the offseason. So what are y'all thoughts on that? What are y'all thoughts on that? Keith says, Todd, you said it best. Players make plays. Drake did it with all the bum quarterbacks. Yes, sir. Players make plays. And you absolutely correct about that. Drake did it with all the bum quarterbacks. Indeed. T-Dub, what's up? Kirk said he want Mooney. I think Mooney and Kirk had, I don't want to say a special relationship, but I think they had a pretty close bond. From what I remember, Kirk was kind of instrumental in, bringing Mooney along with him when he signed with Atlanta. So what do y'all think about this statement from head coach Raheem Morris about Mooney and Penix? Brian, so didn't Mooney go through something similar in Chicago? To be honest, Brian, I'm really not sure because I didn't follow the Bears or Mooney to that extent, but you could definitely be right. I'm just not sure about it myself. William Powell says, man up and bench Mooney. Regardless of his outlandish salary, he's not going to be here next year. Great opportunity to give Blair and Nash a look. And I'll say this, William, because you actually you're making sense there. I will say this. If I want to say if, because I'm a delusional homer. I want to say if instead of when, but if the Falcons are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, then I think that's when you'll see that happen. I think you'll see it happen at that point in time if we get mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Ski says, hey, man, just release him. Let him go. Let him go. 82 Monte Carlo says, the lack of production ruining them contract negotiations. If the offense clicks, everybody got leverage. Hey, true indeed. Very, very true indeed. Williams says, Mooney is gone. We drafting wide receivers. We are. I definitely see that. And I've never been like a big person drafting wide receivers early. But Mooney, unless he just goes on a hot streak like no other, all likelihood they're gonna release him and save that salary cap. And we don't know what's going to happen with Kyle Pitts. He doesn't have an extension yet. They may let him test the free agent waters. They may franchise him. Who knows? I would just hate to lose so many pass catching starters in one off season while still trying to build up a young quarterback's confidence, while still trying to go through a young quarterback's, maturation process. It's just a lot at one time. But hey, that's the business side of the league. John Kemp in the house. What's happening, John? Yeah, Mooney had one good year in Chicago and was bad in his last 2 years. They didn't want him back in Chicago. Go and look at the history. That's something similar to what Brian says. Ladybird says, shoot, boy, I won't miss Mooney. He part of the Butterfingers crew. Oh, Ladybird banging on here. He is heartbroken. Yes, he banging. Ladybird banging, y'all. He is heartbroken because Kirk isn't a quarterback. He has to get it together. As many balls as Penix has thrown to him, and he has dropped. Come on now. You got a point there, Lady Birdie. He dropped a big pass. What? That was in overtime, right, y'all? He dropped a huge pass in overtime, man. Huge pass in overtime. Huge pass. It's just been so disappointing, man, to just see him this year compared to the player he was last year, man, I had become such a big Darnell Mooney fan based on the production and play he gave us last year, man. Like he was just running. To me, Mooney was like Taylor Gabriel with more talent, if that makes sense. That's how I was looking at Mooney last year. Like, man, this like Taylor Gabriel, but more talent. And just to see him just, but it's obviously some kind of chemistry issues going on in the locker room there, man. Williams says we need new players and new coaches. Well, we'll have some money in the offseason once we get out some of these contracts. ATL Joy the Faith in the house. What's up, brother? Y'all make sure to check out my guy ATL Joy the Faithful. Also here on YouTube, does a lot of great Falcons content. So make sure that you all subscribe to him and show him a bunch of love. Also, he says, bro, Pitts is gone next year. I hope Mooney will bounce back, in my opinion. But if he got to go, then fine. Reload in the draft. Look for a tight end and a wide receiver too. Young players to grow with Penix, and coaches got to go. Very, very, very well said, man. And I hope ATL George, I hope Mooney bounce back, because I just said like a minute and a half ago, like I had become a big fan of his as a player, man. I'm just like, bro, this Mooney, and Mooney is a baller. Speed, route running, and it's just been so disappointing this year compared to what he did last year. So we'll see. As with most things with this team, as y'all already know, we got to let it play out. Williams' case of Washington went ghost. My opinion, I never was like real big on Case of Washington. I never was down on him either, but I don't think I saw what a lot of other people seen. I just didn't see it. And the time earlier this year when he got in the game, what you saw from Casey Washington, like maybe in preseason, playing against other preseason players, it didn't translate to regular season, playing with regular season players. The routes were not the same. To me, he would look nervous. He wasn't running his routes properly, because I just seen a lot of nervous energy from him. And, that is something that he can grow out of. But at this point, with only Drake as like your mainstay, you can't really depend on a guy like Casey Washington to get big minutes. T. Todd Girl in the house, what's happening to TG? Says Pitts is terrible too. Oh man, bringing on Kyle Pitts. I think Pitts been pretty straight this year though, bro. I must admit, I have been satisfied with Kyle Pitts. I just wish more touchdowns were there. If Kyle, or if we could find a way to get more touchdowns on the scoreboard with Kyle Pitts, I think that would really change a lot of people's minds about him. But touchdowns would change your mind about damn near any player. That's one reason that a lot of us like Drake London. Drake London get in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? He putting points on the scoreboard. Appreciate that, ATL Joy. The faithful says smash that like button. Yes, y'all, make sure to smash that like button, man. It definitely helps the channel out a great deal, man. I definitely thank you in advance for hitting that like button. So do your boy solid, man. Hit that like button. Looks like we right now YouTube, we got 54 watching, 30 likes. Man, can we get them likes up to 40, y'all? That big 40. Can we get them likes up to 40 on YouTube? That would be a nice present for your boy about a month before your boy birthday. Give me an early birthday present. Also, shout out to everybody watching over there on Twitter. Shout out to the Twitter crew, y'all. We don't always stream on Twitter, but we try to stream a lot more on Twitter now. So shout out to everybody on Twitter. If you're watching on Twitter, man, make sure that you also follow us on YouTube as well. Even if you don't mess with YouTube, just hit the follow button, man. Just or the subscribe button. Excuse me. All right, so back to the comments. Williams says we need a number 2 with Drake and I think you're saying a good nose tackle, and Mike Hughes dealing with neck injuries. Cut him. That could possibly happen, bro. We need another strong cornerback too. I will say that. Dog, three dirty in the house. What's going on with your three? Says yo. What's happening with your three? Appreciate you coming through as always, my guy. Let's see where else we was at. Where I left off at. 82 Money Color says we need to trade a 2027 third rounder for Roman Dunze after the draft. Bring Penix with him. Oh, I don't know if a third rounder gonna do it. 82 Money Color. I don't know. I don't know what they value him with on his current team, but I don't know if a third rounder gonna do it. John Higgins in the building. What's happening with you, John? Long time no see, my friend. John is tired. What's happening with you? Man, just trying to maintain, bro, in this cold weather that I've been complaining about all week. I know people be like, man, why you keep complaining about it? Well, it is what it is. And they right. I just don't like cold weather. But I'm chilling, bro. Appreciate you coming in, John, man. Hope everything going great in your world, bro. Check down in the house. Always great to see the check down in the comment section. Y'all make sure that you do check out the check down also on YouTube as well, man. I've been trying my best to like convince him, hey man, make some new content, bro. You one of the best doing it, dog. Like, what's up, man? Like, we need new content, man. Like, you know, when you think of like high quality content, like stuff that like real high quality production that's done like kind of like a network production. That's what the check down does, man. Like he produces. I can't even say puts out. I have to say he produces excellent content, man. So y'all go to his channel, man, and spam his comment and just keep writing. Do some drop videos, and maybe we can convince him to get back on the scene. Is there something going on in the locker room? Something about coaching. He also said something doesn't smell right. I agree. And you know how it goes, check down. Once the current coaching staff, current administration leaves, then you know it'll start coming out. People will start speaking. Reporters will start talking to the right people and putting the stories out. I absolutely do agree with you on that. ATL Georgia favors the title. Why don't we ever bring up Chris Blair? And where the hell is Troy and Clark Phillips? I think I remember seeing Clark. Did Clark play last game? I think I seen Clark Phillips play last game. I might have been tripping, but I think I remember seeing Clark Phillips play last game. And Troy Anderson, that's Troy a bust. I don't think Troy's gonna play another down with the Falcons. The last report I heard about Troy Anderson from Raheem, he kind of gave an indication that Troy health will keep him from playing football this season. And this is the final final year of Troy's contract. So I don't anticipate him being back. Excuse me. And he also says, why don't we bring up Chris Blair? I'm not sure. I'm assuming wide receiver coach, offensive coordinator, Raheem, I'm guessing maybe they don't have enough confidence in him to bring him up and let him get like meaningful snaps. Kind of like, Kobe Bryant. That was somebody who was mentioned a lot in the preseason, and I don't think Kobe has played a snap in the regular season either. But shout out to Kobe, man. But if Kobe ever was to hear this, man, I say this respectfully, but I think Kobe be like on social media too much, trying to holler at women. And I ain't got nothing against that, of course, but like, I don't know. It's almost like he ain't turned on that focus part of it. Like, okay, you got to lock in focus. Not saying that you can't get on social media and have a good time or whatever, but I don't know. Kobe, and I say this respectfully, with all the respect in the world, but when I see Kobe on social media, especially on Facebook, it's almost like it's just a regular person. And I'm not saying that NFL players are not regular people. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is NFL players typically don't post and move on social media like regular people. I hope I'm making some sense. And I'm saying it respectfully. He's a young man, and I'm looking at this as a perspective of somebody in their mid 40s. So maybe I'm being too harsh on the kid. But yeah, y'all, like, let's go to our next trending topic, y'all. Let's see what we got next. What we just talked about then. Oh yeah, we talk about the chemistry. What's next on trending topic? This ain't really a trending topic, but Raheem Morris also announced that we down another linebacker, y'all. Somebody just mentioned Troy Anderson, ATL Georgia Favor. Just mentioned Troy Anderson. We lost another linebacker. I don't know if he's gone for the year, but it kind of sounds like he probably will be gone for the year unless we make a deep playoff push. But linebacker D'Angelo Malone will miss significant time with a broken ankle, and he had surgery on it yesterday. So in all likelihood, his season is over. And that's something that Raheem Morris revealed to the media yesterday as well. So already a very thin linebacker core. We just lost another one. You know, speaking of Michael Penix, speaking of Darnell Mooney, let's also stay on that same course. We're still talking about trending topics, y'all. Let's talk about the champagne Poppy himself, Mr. Back-to-Back, Mr. Kiki, do you love me? Drake London. Let's talk about Drake, the champagne Poppy himself. Had another very, very, very good game against the Colts. I don't remember his stats, but I think he had 6 catches. I'm probably wrong, but I think he had 6 catches, about 104, 105 yards, another touchdown. Drake London is now on pace, y'all, to finish the 2025 season with 100 receptions, 1,350 receiving yards, and 11 touchdowns. I think the last person to give us double-digit receiving touchdowns was Mr. Prize Picks himself, Calvin Las Vegas Ridley. I think that's the last person gave us double-digit touchdowns. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. But I think he was the last person. But yeah, just to repeat, man, Drake London on pace for another magnificent season. He's on pace for 100 receptions, 1,350 receiving yards, 11 touchdowns. Now, somebody mentioned early about Terry Fontenot and money. It's about time to pay some people. And you are absolutely right. It's about time to go to that table with Drake London. Drake is entering his 5th year. 5th year option for Drake London in 2026 is $16.8 million. So that's how much Drake London's 5th year option will be in 2026 next season. It's worth, let's just say $17 million, like, you know, ain't number $200,000. So $17 million in 2026. That's his 5th year option. My question to y'all, the champagne Poppy himself, you know, the guy who, hey, man, he's shown like, man, hey, man, you throwing that ball, I can catch you some touchdowns. I may not got the speed and athleticism of Julio, but I can get touchdowns at a more efficient pace than Julio. And no diss to Julio. You know, Julio, my guy. No diss. I'm just trying to use a comparable here, you know. But okay, let's move on. But yeah, this is my question to y'all. The projected contract for Drake London. Projected contract. Looking at a contract projection, a 4-year extension, $132 million total, with $92 million guaranteed. And I'm going to give that to you again. 4-year contract extension for Drake. $132 million total value. $92 million guaranteed. Which currently, as of this broadcast, would make him the 4th highest paid wide receiver in the NFL on a per season average. Jamar Chase currently is making a little bit over $40 million a year. Justin Jefferson is at $35 a year. CeeDee Lamb is at $34 a year. And if Drake, hypothetically speaking, if we were to give Drake $33 million a year, he would fall right in at number 4. Slightly above DK Metcalf, who has a weird contract of $32,999,882. To me, I feel like they was just getting petty in his contract negotiation. They rounded that thing down to the penny. But anyway, my question is, shout out to Blizzard Mike Ryerson 25. Pardon me if I butchered your name. New sub here. Thank you very much. Blizzard Mike, I definitely appreciate that, man. Welcome to Atlanta Bird Gang ABG, man. Enjoy your stay here, brother. Thanks a lot. But yeah, I want to know, y'all, like, how do y'all feel about that? And also, do you think this is kind of a 2-part question? Do you think Drake is worth that kind of money? And also, the other part of the question, do you go ahead and pay him now and ask the Falcons, like, hey, let's try to get ahead of the market shift? Because y'all know the market just keep going up. Let's try to get ahead of the market shift. Or do you say, hold on. We ain't got to pay him that right now. We already got him signed up for a 5th-year option. Let's finish this season. Let him play on a 5th-year option. Then we'll discuss a new contract at that time. And the risk that you do take by doing that is the price could go up. Like Fat Joe say, yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's price is not today's price. So if you don't get him extended like around now or at the end of the season, you run the risk of the price going up. So that's my question to y'all. Is Drake worth top 5 NFL receiving money? Because that's elite wide receiver money. Or you can tell me yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Or do like, hey man, like, look, bro, like Toddy, like, boy, I know we losing, dog, but you already talking about paying somebody who we signed to a 5th-year option. Like, boy, chill out. Talk about Raheem and Zach. But let me know y'all thoughts, man. Let me know y'all thoughts. Are you comfortable with giving the champagne poppy himself $33 million a year, $92 million guaranteed, $132 million total value? Let me know your thoughts, please. So let's go to the comment section, y'all. See what y'all say. Keith Simmons says he's already top 5. Mr. CDX for life. What's up, CDX? Says, give it to him. He top 5. CDX, hey man, let's stop playing, bro. Stop. Give Drake his bag, bro. Don't play with Drake like that, man. Give him his bag. My dog Zigzag in here. Hey y'all, my dog Zigzag say hit that like button, and I could not agree with my dog more. Please hit that like button, man. It really helps the channel out a great deal, man. We got 52 in here watching on YouTube. We got 42 likes. Hey man, can y'all give me a early birthday present, man? My birthday next month. Your dog getting old, man. I'm starting to get to the point now where sometimes I wake up and my body parts be hurt. Like, oh, your dog, you know. But anyway, can you give your dog an early birthday present, man? My birthday next month. Can we get this video while we still on the live stream? So we got 50 people in here right now. Can we get the lights up to 50? And boy, that'll be a great early birthday present for your dog. Let's get back to the comments. Coach said, hey man, pay him now. You know, Coach ain't gonna bullshit you, bro. One thing about Coach ain't gonna play around with it. Coach say, hey, pay him now. He worth the money, although he not Julio Jones. His best ability is availability. I could not agree more. Drake, very dependable, very reliable. Thus far in his career, has shown to be very low maintenance. Also, it appears to be just a great teammate as well. You know, so that's from Coach. Coach, hey man, cut the check. Now, I appreciate you, Blizzard Mike. Appreciate you for coming through, man. Thanks a lot, man. Much love to you. My dog Jeremy Dupree. What's up, Jeremy? Says the numbers say yeah. So Jeremy, hey man, pay the dog. Pay the man. Pay the man. Todd Gurley says, I'm in no hurry. I learned from the Julio suggestion. So Todd Gurley says, hey, big dog. Hey, boy. Hold on, dog. Boy, you got a whole half a season left in 2025. And you got a fifth-year option in 2026. And you're trying to get in, man, $33 million a year. Slow your roll, bro. Slow your roll. You know, just like that old Soldier Slim song. Hey, slow your roll, Wody. Slow down, bro. Chill out, big dog. Zigzag say he had a hat trick. That's those 3 touchdowns last game, right? I think the last person to give us a 3-touchdown game as a receiver, I think Bijan did it, but he was a running back. I think Bijan had 3 touchdowns, but I think it was Cordero Patterson. If memory serves me correctly, I think it was a CP 84 gave us 3 touchdowns. If memory serves me correctly. He said Drake puts up stats and blocks. He does, man. Drake is a great catcher of the football, and he's also a very good downfield blocker. He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. That's something Julio was good at too. Now Julio would go out there and block. Now, things might have kind of fell off at the end, but Julio went too good that he felt like he didn't have to block. Shit. But you can come out there and mess around if you want to. Think Julio won't knock your block off. Got my dog in the building. Got my man MVM 1978. MVM, how you doing tonight, brother? Appreciate you coming in. Hope all is well, man. Hope you're staying warm in this crazy, cold, frigid weather, which I hate, by the way. MVM's, hey, bro. Keep the 4 pillars here. London, Penix, Robson, Algier. The 4 on defense, Bowman, James Pitt Jr., Walker, Watts. I may sound crazy, but build around them. Hey, bro, ain't that crazy about what you just said, bro? Hey, 4 dogs on each side of football. Ain't that crazy about that, bro? In the perfect world, I hope we can keep everybody here you just named. Because those are some, because we spoke about building blocks probably before you came in, MVM. That's a great foundation to build your team around. William Powell says anything but extending him in the offseason could be viewed as disrespect. Great point. I didn't even say that, and thank you for bringing it up because that's an excellent point, sir. Let me start over. Anything but extending him in the offseason could be viewed as disrespect and will wind up costing you a lot more. Pay the man. He's earned it. Great comment. Great comment. Coach says, yeah, bro, it's almost that time. Sagittarius season. The only season that matters. Right. Blizzard Mike says, Drizzy Drake, Champagne Poppy. Definitely top 5. Dude is a stud. He is a stud, man. Stud. Hey, the workhorse for Atlanta, man. Definitely one of our workhorses, man. And has turned out to be a very, very, very good pick for Atlanta, man. I'm gonna be honest. I did not think Drake would end up blossoming like he has. I mean, when it's time to score, that's what I like about Drake. Drake can get in the end zone, bro. That you could put up a bunch of yards, but getting in the end zone carries a different kind of weight. You're putting points on the board, and that's what's going to either win you games or lose your games. Georgia Texas boy said she had to pay Drake might end up with more touchdowns. Y'all are not finna get me to talk bad about the Jet. I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, I ain't finna have his folks cussing me out again. Shout out to Julio. Yeah, I finna get me in no trouble, man. Shoot, no, I learned my lesson already. Blizzard Mice, I'm gonna say Drake ain't Julio yet. Nah, he ain't that yet. Man, Julio got some very big shoes to fill when it comes to Atlanta wide receivers, man. Julio gave us some great years, man. I will say this about Julio, although he didn't score as many touchdowns as we like. Julio was one of them players, like when you paid for a ticket to a game, even if you went to the Georgia Dome, which to me was Julio's heyday in the Dome. I remember Julio in the Dome. But anyway, if you went to the Dome or the Benz, and even if the Falcons lost, watching Julio in person, how impressive he was in person, even if the Falcons lost, you could walk away from that game and say, you know what? Boy, I got my money's worth. Boy, that boy Julio Jones, boy, he's something else. Julio's one of those players that was worth the price of admission to me. Artavius Dixon in the house. What's going on, Artavius? Good to see you in here, man. Been a minute. Just go ahead and pay Drake, bro. Hey, break him off. Go ahead and pay Drake. We need to find him a number 2 wide receiver, though. I totally agree. Totally agree. Jordan Texas boy said Drake in you got Moss every week. That's a problem. Facts. Big facts. Octavius also says, yeah, that was Cordero Patterson with 3 touchdowns against Washington. Appreciate that, man. I thought that was CP84, man. I like CP84. The little bit of time that we had him here, he definitely brought a different element to the team. Mr. Smith, don't claim you're getting old. Power to Tom Strong. You're right about that, bro. Absolutely right about that. And thank you for the correction, Mr. Smith. I'm getting seasoned. That's a better way to say it. I'm getting seasoned and I'm getting better. So appreciate that. Much love to you, Mr. Smith. Good stuff right there. Good to hear that MVM 1978. Definitely good to hear that. Dorlus ball, yeah, boy, Dorlus balling, man. Y'all know Dorlus, my boy now. Hibachi shell, that's what I call Dorlus, boy. Dorlus be having them hands moving, boy. Man, boy, I like why Dorlus play. I don't know, it's just something about Dorlus I like, man. It's just I enjoy watching him play. I enjoy watching him play. I'm looking forward to seeing Dorlus and Ruke grow together. And I hope they eventually become this dominant force that Atlanta really hasn't had probably since the grit splits era, and probably not even the grit splits era because that didn't last long. A dominant force that grows a long time together and they develop a rep as a defensive line you just don't want to fuck with and help us get our first Super Bowl. That's what I'm looking forward to. George Texas for Drake light skin, Julio. much slower, but it is what it is. At least he get in the end zone. Mr. CDX said I was so mad with Drake pick. I walked out Falcons draft party. Sorry. Hey Drake, he say sorry, man. I can't find. I didn't think he would be that. I didn't think he'd be like this either, bro. I did not at all. Tavius, Drake is Julio, but without the speed, though. Yep, and the ability so far to put up more touchdowns. I'll give him that. Yeah, not too much on Jet. Yeah, man. Well, y'all. I finna get me in trouble. Not too much on the Jet. Shout out to Julio, man. Shout out to Jet Jones. Clay says it would be easier for them to spend some of this money if the team was winning. Yes. Yes, it's easier to sign that check if you are to blame if you have a winning product on the field. I agree. Octavius Dixon says, I can't lie, I was mad when we picked Drake because I wanted Jalen Carter. The Drake pick turned into being one of our franchise players. He has, man. And I think a lot of people will say, or at least admit, like, we've been surprised on how Drake seemingly has got better each and every year. Even when we had like quarterbacks who, wasn't the best thrower of the football, Mariota, Ritter. Now you got a young Michael Penix who's going through his ups and downs, and he's still producing. I'll let you know he's a dog. He's a dog. I'll be glad when we get off that Kirk Cousins contract. Yeah, it's coming soon. Like a few months. A few months. We'll be out. We will be out for it. Georgia Texas was Julio got 6 receiving TDs in Atlanta. Drake got 21 TDs in counting. The crazy thing about that is as superb as Julio was and as talented as he was, Roddy White is still the franchise leader in touchdown. Julio didn't even pass Roddy. As great as he was, and Julio, and much respect to Roddy, because that's my favorite Falcons player ever. But Julio was 2 times the talent that Roddy was. Just natural talent, size, speed, agility. But Roddy's still the franchise leader in touchdowns. So shout out to my guy Roddy. That's a good comparable. I can see that. I definitely see that comp. Mike Evans Jr. Listen, Dorlus called Drizzy light skin bandit. 82 Monte Carlo. We're all the doubters about James Pierce Jr. and Big Walt Dog. That tandem. Hey, that's gonna be another tandem that we're gonna have the opportunity to see grow and get better together. Them edge rushers, man. Boy, we got us one with them too. Johnson's draft Chris Brazil, the second out of Tennessee. In the second round as our number 2 receiver. I got to look him up because I got to be honest, I don't know a lot about him, but I'll definitely start to check him out. Yeah, you're correct, William. Drake uses his basketball skills in the end zone. Yeah, y'all make sure to go on YouTube, man. They got Drake on there, I think, winning a slam dunk contest. I've seen a couple times on YouTube, and a lot of those basketball players turned football players. Tony Gonzalez had a pass in that. They end up being good pass catchers, man. Like William Paul says, they're using that same skill set. Says go get Z Branch out of UJ or Rainey from Rainey Wilson from University of Florida. The homer in me would love to get Branch. I think he's probably going to be a late first round pick though, but I would love to get him. I would love to get Branch, bro. Love to get it. You see what happened in Atlanta? You start drafting Bulldogs early. Look at Jalen Walker, man. Like, we produce studs. Get on board. Get on board. Blizzard Meister's Drizzy is going to pass the Jet, but not Hot Rod. I forget what the numbers were, but they were real close. They both was in the 60s, but Jet never passed Roddy. Ski says we need new uniforms. I'm sick of these trash uniforms. They may be coming next season. We shall see. But hey, man, this has been so fun, so real, man. We talked about Terry Fontenot. Talked about Drake, talked about some trending topics, within the fan base, man. So I want to thank everybody for coming through on YouTube, man. Much love, respect for y'all. I appreciate y'all coming on here, keeping me company. Shout out to the replay gang who will watch this on the replay gang. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for your boy. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Twitter. Much respect, y'all, in Twitterville. Appreciate you coming through. Hey, man, you never know, boy. I might pop out tomorrow too. This has been the third straight day of a live stream. Your dog might pop out tomorrow, especially if it stay cold like this and I can't go outside and do that. Hey, but again, man, much love to y'all, man. I hope y'all have a blessed night. I'll get with y'all later. Peace.